Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with NeXeN at the Vast Nexus, and welcome to another Fortnite video. However, this one is somewhat unique. This was last season, Chapter 2, Season 2, my second season of Fortnite. Critically, however, this is not a video of me giving a play-by-play of what happened. This is a video, let's be frank, I'm gonna go on a rant for the next 20 minutes of your life, so, grab a chair and brace yourself for this one. A little bit of context, this is a duos match. I'm with ZKA. At the time of this recording, and probably around the time this video is being released, I'm doing another collaborative effort with him on Resident Evil 6. Or rather, we're releasing footage of the collaborative effort we did. Past tense. That's besides the point. Point is, I wanted to have him as a guest speaker for this video, but that would deprive me of my opportunity to really dig into this video as it is and go off about what I think is wrong with Battle Royale. And if you've watched my other Fortnite videos, you'll know that I don't think highly of the game type. I really, really don't. And in my boxed lag video, I mentioned the fact that Battle Royale is not only a merciless game, but it's a game whose mechanics don't favor a fun or engaging experience. They favor a few frenetic moments and then 15 minutes of doing absolutely nothing. And the reason why this is a perfect time to bring that up is because what is about to happen in this match is really, really going to upset a lot of people. Now, Z is totally killing it out there after I get knocked down. Now, I have no control over the replay here. This was pre-recorded a long time ago. So I just switched perspectives to Z so that we can actually see what happened up there, because I was stuck down the stairs. This guy decides to edit. This is the kind of stuff that's wrong with Fortnite. Like, I'm going to go off on Battle Royales in and of themselves, but Fortnite in particular, the building mechanics make perfect sense in Save the World. But say what you want about the skill ceiling in Fortnite with all the building. What we just witnessed is ridiculous, that a guy can just wall as you're shooting him. Like, oh, that just frustrates. Oh, but of course, when he wants to shoot back, he can just make a window in the wall and pop you through it. And it favors the defensive strategy, which is another reason why Fortnite, among all the other Battle Royales, just creates problems. So yeah, I think at this point I was trying to skip ahead because nothing interesting happened over the course of several minutes. It was just looting, moving from the orchard into Frenzy Farm, where we will be spending the majority of this match, and not just in Frenzy Farm, but in this red barn. And not just in this red barn. We will be spending, we timed it out to be about 15 minutes of this match in exactly the same place. Now, if you're familiar with Frenzy Farm, you'll know, you might have figured out where that place is going to be, but if you haven't, you're about to bear witness. And the reason why I think that me using the rant for this video beyond what actually happened during the match is appropriate is because while me and Z were playing, it's literally all we talked about. The problem with Battle Royale. I can understand younger audiences have difficulty with Classic Deathmatch. It's fast, it's frenetic, you're given no time to think. For a person like me who's been doing it since I was a kid, it's almost drilled in reflex at this point. You see somebody, they're not one of your guys, you pop them in the coconut, you're done. Somebody gets you in the coconut, probably with a shotgun, hiding around a corner, effing campers, you respawn, you're back in it. At this point, it's just procedure. The younger audience seems to have a fondness for Battle Royale because it's not as fast-paced. You can land on the outskirts, you can loot up, there's this whole social experience. Rah, rah, rah. Nobody cares. Because we are now hiding in a pair of hay bales, where we will stay for the next 15 minutes. the majority of the match time. Now, I am going to be hopping perspectives in the replay. It's going to be a bit random because, again, I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was just trying to capture where the action was, because it certainly isn't where we are right now, because, spoilers, we ain't going to leave those hay bales for quite some time. And I'd just like to point out, look at this player. Engaged in a build battle. Does a cool guy move there, kind of, loses a bunch of health. These guys are trying hard. What good did it do them in the end? Nothing. It didn't do them any good. Because two guys who spent 15 minutes of the match hiding in a hay bale would clean house in the end. Imagine the mindset of these players who put in so much effort, who spent so much time trying to get to where they are, only to come out in the trailing end of things. They didn't get the chicken dinner. You think that's frustrating? Oh, but it's our fault because we're hiding instead of fighting. Well, different strokes for different folks, different tactics for different players. I don't like building. It's not just because I'm not good at it. I'm better than some of the people I know. But I don't like it. It's a shooting game in a Battle Royale context, and yet you can build. Sure, because, like, because this was originally going to be Save the World. And then PUBG was a huge success, and the creators decided that, let's cash in on the success of PUBG and do a Battle Royale, and, you know, as an addition to the Save the World mode, but let's make it free. I mean, that puts it competitive with PUBG right off the bat, because you have to pay for PUBG, and nobody even plays it anymore. That's a generalization. I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't mind the relentless cheating, the lack of the developer's interest, or the fact that the game isn't even freaking completed, even if it was officially labeled as being so. The issue is that Battle Royale was shoehorned, ham-fisted into Fortnite Save the World, which, given the frustration that this game gives me on the grounds of its Battle Royale mode, coupled with what I've already spent on it, I'm not dropping the Skrilla for Save the World, especially when you consider the fact that those who did are, for the most part, regretting it right now, because while Battle Royale sees all the love in terms of the developer's attention, Save the World has been kind of ignored, at least from what I've heard at the time of recording. Like, most of the changelog is Battle Royale. Save the World, it has pretty much become this lost, forgotten thing that nobody cares about or talks about anymore. Oh, all that fast building really helped you out, YouTube Torres. What is it with these guys putting YouTube and TTV in their names? That's not how you get views. Oh, I got eliminated by a guy. Let me check if I'm in his stream. Who cares? I forget who it was that said it, but it's a content creator who is successful and should know, made the point that you don't achieve stardom or fame or anything by putting your name on a thing and hoping people check it out after they're done with whatever they're doing. You do it by making good content. I mean, I'm trying to follow who eliminated who in this match. It's not going to be the subject of my conversation because I don't care. I mean, I made the point when I did the longest Fortnite that this is probably going to be the second to last Fortnite video. I only have one other to air at this point. So, yeah, don't expect much Fortnite content. I mean, at the day of recording, I placed second in a solo match right before I got one pumped by Kit's charge. Not Kit's charge shotgun. Oh, no, it is Kit's charge. I keep mistaking Meowscles for Kit. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I got one pumped by Kit's charge shotgun after having no sniper rifle and getting stuck in the low ground. But yeah, you have this extremely competitive game mode. It's the whole nature of Battle Royale, and its original conceivers, Player Unknown themselves, and the whole development crew, whatever the studio is called, it's like, oh, well, you know, it has a social aspect too, and you have huge lobbies, and it's like, that's not what should be the important thing. That just really, really isn't. I mean, you could have a dozen players, or 24 in a tighter, more frenetic map with respawning, and either basic weapon options that you have by default, or even going into even more classic FPS setup, where you have loot. It wasn't even called loot back then, it was just weapons. You have items spread throughout the map that you retrieve. Wow, burger and fish sticks working together. Mass hysteria. And again, I'm going to remind all of you why Battle Royale is broken. This match is going to be won by 2 people hiding in a hay bale. Look at all this fighting. Look at all this interesting stuff that's going on. Look at all this people trying hard, putting in the time, getting it done. And they get wiped out by 2 people who hid in the bush. And that's only half of the problem. The fact that all this effort means nothing in the end. Absolutely nothing. It's the fact that while we're waiting in those hay bales, we're not having fun. We're bored out of our minds. I mean, I was literally going off about how this sucks. But ultimately, our best chance of winning was to do exactly what we were doing, and it sucked. I mean, there's a reason Z hardly plays Fortnite anymore, and I'm getting there myself, where it's like, I'm really sick of this game. And, like I said, Fortnite has certain things which make it exceptionally difficult for me to live with, in its own right. But beyond that, Battle Royale in general just upsets me. Like, me and ZK have started playing, I mean, this stuff is recorded, we've only played it once, but we started playing Remnant from the Ashes, and I enjoy that so much more than this. And you know what? I die a bunch to the bosses. It's a Dark Souls style game, so you should be prepared for that. But, you know, you die, you respawn right outside the boss arena, you maybe tweak your loadout a bit, you try out some different tactics, you grind it out, and you get it done, and then you move on with your life. And in Battle Royale, you'll spend 15 minutes looting and mat gathering and running from the storm, only to zip your dead back to the lobby, time to do it all over again. And I stated it in one of my other Battle Royale one of my other Fortnite videos, that Battle Royale games are... Oh, God, it's late. I can't remember the word I used because I don't want to use the term time vampire, because it's what comes to mind right now, but it's not the word I used. Yeah, Battle Royale games have you spend a lot of time doing stuff that's not fun. Like, oh god, I want to be sitting through a lobby, I want to be sitting through a pre-game thing, I want to be looting when I could be, I don't know, playing the game. And then this, I want to be sitting in a hay bale because, by mathematical reckoning, it is probably the safest way of guaranteeing an actual win, is to play it as passive and campy as possible. I mean, that doesn't fundamentally work as well in a classic deathmatch title, because depending on where you camp, especially in a tight map where there's only so many places where it's really a viable tactic to begin with, depending on where you camp, an enemy might not even show up. And if you do eliminate an enemy, they're going to be on you as soon as they respawn in, because they can do that. It's not, they're dead and they're out of the match for good, and then nobody else knows where you are, so you can just keep using the same camping spot over and over and over again. Battle Royale encourages camping, and I've also made this statement, but I'll reiterate for all of you who happen to miss that video or skip through it, as I know a lot of you often do. What do you call building if not camping? You're stationary, you're purely on the defensive, at least inside of a structure, until you pull this magic edit garbage, which I hate. Nothing worse than charging a wall, to have the guy just put a window in there and then pop you with a shotgun in less than a second. And that's the thing, Battle Royale games cause a lot of frustration. It's partly the competitive nature, it's partly, like, just the mechanics. And I've had people make the statement that, but it's free. Oh. that is not an excuse. Because by that fundamental reckoning, if a developer does not charge you for something, they can get away with anything. Even if a game is free, it should be held to some kind of standard. And I mean, I've had technical issues with Fortnite recently, and I know it's Fortnite because my internet situation hasn't changed, where I've been completely, like, frozen in matches. I've had massive lag spikes, and it seems to get worse with each subsequent update. Like, seriously, what are they doing? The whole point of an update is to fix problems, yes? What are they doing? So we're down to the last, what, 4 duos, I think, in the match? Me and Z included, of course. Ooh, that was a nice rocket hit. Now we gotta pop those minis. Gotta get that health up, because in Fortnite you take one hit in the wrong place and you're immediately dead. So I think this was a perspective swap to... Well, I don't know what I'm doing, because, like I said, I did this replay back a while ago. But yeah, there's a lot of perspective hopping just so that there's something interesting to watch instead of 2 guys hiding in a hay bale. Although I knew from the outset, if I ever released this, it was going to emphasize the fact that in the end, the match did turn into nothing more than 2 guys hiding in hay bales. But yes, Battle Royale is a game genre that emphasizes cowardice and extremely passive tactics, because ultimately, and again, I'm just reiterating something I've said before, but this video is probably going to be titled What's Wrong with Battle Royale, so I should probably elaborate what's wrong with Battle Royale. Every encounter has a chance for failure, depending on your equipment and skill level relative to your enemy, and unfortunately your equipment is really just a matter of random number generation, which is not great either. You have a certain mathematical probability of winning or losing. However, if you avoid a fight, that mathematical factor doesn't factor in. There's also the fact that each fight drains you. You're going to use ammunition. You're going to use healing items. In Fortnite, you're going to use mats. And while you can replenish on what you lift off of your enemy, the amount that you get is dependent upon how quickly you can resolve that fight, which is informed by skill disparity, how much more skilled than they are that you are, and it's also informed by equipment disparity, which is purely a matter of dumb luck, because of the random number generator, the way loot works. And so fundamentally, you find yourself in a setting where, because again, deathmatch games are about getting kills. Battle Royale games are about not dying. And fundamentally, let's take a real-life example for this. The best way not to die is for your enemy not to know where you are, and if they do, for you not to be there anymore. And so, tactics that are incredibly passive and incredibly scummy in the eyes of many are far more effective at... they're far more effective at actually getting the dub than potentially being extremely aggressive and trying to eliminate players directly, because in the end, everybody's just going to kill everybody else, and then all you have to do is wipe out whoever's left. So, we've come to the closing movements of the match. I believe, yes, this is my eye view at this point. We know that the last 2 duos are fighting it out, and the storm is finally going to push us out of our hay bales, so it's time to move. And I believe Z literally stated, imagine how mad they'll be if we win after spending so much of the match hiding in a hay bale. Pretty mad, probably. I mean... I know I would be. Well, actually I wouldn't be, because I'm not a hypocrite. If I can do it, somebody else can do it. I got bush sniped by a guy, I didn't get mad. There was an initial shock, granted, like, huh! But after that, I was just like, well, you know what, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. If I can do it, they can do it. So at this point, the enemy is, where are they? Where are they? The circle is getting microscopic by the second. They must be hiding in a build somewhere. Let's knock it all down. And I told Z, go time, smash the wall, move out in the open, find them. Z gets the Midas's drum gun, which is probably his favorite weapon of all time. Well, the drum gun in general, not strictly Midas's, although his is exceptionally powerful. And that's the dub. That right there is the dub. But yeah, Battle Royales are just, they're not fun. That's not the problem. It's not like the mechanics are broken, it's just that if you're gonna play a game for fun, Battle Royales are not the way to go. If you want to be super competitive, sure. If you want to delude yourself into thinking that, you know, oh, I can, you know, go with the heavyweights. No, you really can't. Well, I mean, I almost apologize for this being a downer video. Frankly, I don't care. But, thank you all so much for watching. This probably won't be my last rant video. I have plenty to rant about. So stay tuned! Something which can be done a lot easier if you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. Until then, I hope you're all staying happy and healthy out there. And, as always, fare thee well.